Thousands of Connecticut residents, meanwhile, are facing eviction in the wake of the pandemic, including a local woman who says she got an eviction notice right after having brain surgery. Frank Recchia has that story tonight.
Very hard, a lot of crying.
52-year-old Terrie Newton of Stratford, who's talking with us at a relative's house in Stratford, says the past year has been the most difficult period of her life.
You know, God saved my life, and I'm back here to see more bad things happen to my family, because them almost losing me was bad enough.
Right after being hospitalized with a near-fatal aneurysm, she's seen here taking her first steps outside after weeks in ICU. The mother of 6 says she got the shocking news that the Stratford house, where she has lived happily for 15 years, had been sold and she was being evicted. Even though Terrie says she always paid her rent on time and she has been a well-liked and conscientious renter.
I didn't have a voucher. I was paying $2,000, $3,000 for rent. And my kids, had to do without.
Terrie, joined by her mom and sister, says she knows thousands of people across the state just like her are caught up in the eviction crisis that's gripping Connecticut in the wake of the pandemic, as protections shielding renters have begun to vanish. Terrie speaking out today because she says it's terrible for someone facing, quote, a critical health emergency to be put out of their home.
When I came home to a nightmare.
How do you live somewhere all your life and just be forced out onto the street?
It's just not fair that she was given a 30-day notice right after she came out of the hospital.
Bottom line, Terrie says, the system needs to change to afford responsible renters like her, who are in the midst of, quote, a serious health crisis, more protections under the law.
I'm living in hope right now, faith, that somebody's going to, help us.
In Stratford, Frank Recchia, News 12, Connecticut.
Newton says she has a Section 8 voucher and is looking for a 3-bedroom apartment, but her credit dropped while she was in the hospital. She says she just needs to find a landlord willing to understand the big picture and appreciates the decades of credit she had before getting sick. If you'd like to help with a GoFundMe she set up, we have that at news12.com.